Abundant Life Church and Awards of Wisdom present Family Partnerships, an honest dialogue for parents and children. Over the next several weeks, our panel will discuss topics like raising your children, growing up Christian, taking responsibility in the family, and much, much more. Join us for a new episode each Thursday night and give us your feedback at info@alccambridge.org. Tonight's episode, Growing Up Christian.
Those lessons that you instill in your children and the things that you say, they are paying attention. Let's hear from Mark. How did the church help you? Now, we know you grew up in sort of a glass bubble, because not only were you growing up in the church and the youth group, and Mark was a part of children's church with his mother leading it. He was a part of youth ministry with his mother as a youth leader, part of the church with his pastor, his dad is the pastor. So he grew up in sort of a fishbowl and with everybody watching and looking, but at the same time, he still grew up as a young man. So I'd like him to talk about how the church helped you.
A full man.
A full man, all right. He's a full man, okay.
I was pretty much born with a membership here. And it's like, you really don't know the difference when you're young. You're learning all these lessons, and they're kind of being drilled into your head. And like, it's funny, like as you get older, you kind of like hear these little things that you learn in children's church and all the things you learn in church. But yeah, like it got to a certain point where I'm like, all right, cool. They're so heavy on God. Do I really believe what they believe? It's like, I'm at this point and I'm like, okay, like you're a little kid, you come to church 6-7 days a week, you don't really think of it, and then you're like, all right, I'm 14, 15 years old now, I'm gigging, like, do I want to be in church 6 days a week? No, but at the same time, I do want to stay involved, and because you realize, like, those lessons and the community around, the support from other people, so like, they would do a good job of not always keeping me and my brother right next to them. They would let us run off with my aunts, they would let us run off with Cindy, they would let us run off with different people in the church, because that community helped give you support, and it felt like you weren't alone, and connecting with other kids helped you like build relationships with different people, and just social skills in general that you need in the world. Just lessons like, okay, you got to serve, and there's not always going to be an instant return. You got to put in a lot of work. There's always not an instant return. So lessons like that, I didn't realize were building me for what I'm doing now. And literally everything that I've learned here kind of, does have full impact on my life today. So.
And there were certain things we couldn't say. So there were times when we knew something needed to be said to our children, and we would rely on Cindy, or I would say to Brother Gary or Sister Lynette, or they would just pull them aside. They would see it as part of the community. Or even Brother Bailey, he was so encouraging. Sister Rose cooking for us and just encouraging them and pulling them aside. There are certain times, our parents, don't be discouraged if there's certain things your kid can't hear from you. Don't take that personally. There's certain times they just can't hear it from you. This is why you need a community. Because someone else would stand next to Mark and say something, or pull Paul aside and say something, and I was like, yes. I was just glad that it was being said. Or even Auntie E. It was like, well, I'm going to tell Auntie E. Or sometimes they didn't even have to say anything. Another parent was there, or even an adult. It might have been a single adult that was there that spoke to our family community and helped them to learn the lesson.
Thank you for watching Family Partnerships. Here are 2 questions to ponder. Who do you have in your community of faith? And how did your community of faith help you and your children? We'd love to hear from you. Email us at info@alccambridge.org. And thank you for watching.